Hey, welcome to the Artist Chat Room. I'm Natasha Castellan, and today I'm going to give you another sketchbook tour as promised. My quote today is by Dario Fo, and it says, "While drawing, I discovered what I really want to say." And today I'm going to show you a lot of drawings, and in those drawings I will show you one drawing or two drawings that really inspired me in some things that I wanted to create into larger works. Not everything we do in our sketchbooks are going to be big, amazing works. Sometimes they're going to be big, amazing, terrible works. But yeah, they can inspire you to do something bigger and greater, or they can just be something that you keep in your sketchbook. Now last week I did this small sketchbook which I keep in my handbag, and I may reference one or two images from here again today to show you where I've gone. And today I'm going to do the next size up, and I will turn that around and let's have a look at that. Okay, so this sketchbook is from June 23 to October, and I will go through that. It is also an Art Creations sketchbook. I may show this one, which is much earlier when I wasn't doing very much sketchbook work. I've been wanting for so long to do sketchbooks and improve, and I can tell you I have improved so much since starting this. It's really something I'm quite proud of, and a work practice that I want to continue. So here we go. Here is a drawing with a thin brown marker, like a felt tip pen, of my daughter and her baby. This is my daughter number 2 and grandbaby number 2, and a little bit of colour. This is my other daughter, daughter number 1 and grandbaby number 1. Some acrylic gouache swatches. Then there was a day I went out bush with a few artist friends. We did some painting, but there was crews, and I had this gold marker, and I liked the way I quickly caught them. The birds were a bit harder to catch. I want to get good at birds, but you can see some of the trees and things. I think that was a magpie that came close by. The bush had a whole bunch of variety of different kind of leaves, and looking at different ways, I call them languages. It's like a dialogue or words or handwriting or something, to be able to draw them. Back to those roos, little Joey feeding from his mum. Some puffins, I think that was either from a book or from the internet. I do Patreons every now and then, and this was a Sarah Dyer Patreon. I really liked the way the background turned out, and having like some different kind of colors. It gave a real jungly feel to this monkey type creature. I think he's in watercolors. Now this was that gouache. Then I've had a go at using it, my first time using gouache. I often paint in acrylics, or I do oils, but mainly acrylics. And it wasn't, you know what, he actually does, somehow I did capture him quite nicely, but I'm not loving it. This is daughter number 2, do not love this one at all whatsoever. And then when I got to daughter number 3 with her grandchild, there was no way I was doing colour when I felt like I actually nailed the drawing. But I did do him here, and neither of them turned out. I think the problem here was I didn't actually nail the drawing. But I was so keen to get on with the gouache that I just got on with it. Loved his little suit with the little whales on it, so cute. There's my little Henry, 1 month old. He's such a cutie. So I mentioned my friend Kim Fox. She's the one who's really been a big inspiration for me, not to do sketchbooks, because I've always wanted to do it, but to have the confidence to just get on with what I really want to do. And this was, I call it a Kim Fox knockoff, because I think I'm using her materials and I'm looking in her sketchbook and I'm drawing what she has in her sketchbook. Again, looking at the visual language of how to represent trees and how other people represent trees. Hopefully down the track, find my own language to represent trees. They're beautiful bottle brush trees. I didn't write that this was a Fox knockoff, but maybe it is, or maybe it's just an inspiration from hers. This is at my house. I have these beautiful elephant ears, monsteras. I'm not sure what those plants are called, and some vines, and using that lovely variegated pencil that I love to use. Okay, this one here, let me find the product. I used this, and you can draw, let me show you, either like that on the side, and then you can get a bit of a water, and that's how that works, if you don't know about this, but maybe most of you know all about it. Oh look, I've just leaked everywhere, not to worry. It's just my sketchbook. It doesn't matter. This is from a show that I was watching on Netflix called The Chosen. Not sure how he turned out, but I feel like I did capture her. A Garibaldi at my mother's house using different kind of materials. I think I did this somewhere else as well, but I'm not sure where. Yes, last week when I was showing you some places and I said, this is in Adelaide, this is in Adelaide, I don't know where it is. Well, listen, it wasn't Adelaide, because Adelaide's the city. It was in Port Elliot, which is quite far from the city of Adelaide. And I went with my daughter, who lives down that way. That's my other daughter with her baby, because she said, you're drawing all of my sisters and their babies, and that's her little baby. This one here, I used a Coptic marker and I wrote Coptic, went through. Usually I go at the back of the book and I test if things go through. I obviously didn't test that. So this was another Patreon. I believe this Patreon was with let me press pause and think about it. You know, I cannot think of what this woman's name is. If I remember, I'll put it in the description link below. But she has these wonderful live sessions and Zooms and frogs. Anyway, frogs. I hate frogs. I can do snakes. I can do spiders. I cannot do frogs. And my daughters were very pleased that I was able to draw them. There's something about frogs that, I think it's their eyes, I don't know, and their sliminess. I love this colour combination, how he pops, especially with his white tummy. Okay, so I was talking last time about confidence and drawing. This was my first inside cafe drawing experience, and it is junk. There's some things I might not mind the way I did it, but in general, I hate it. I like looking at it though, because I will put this marker back here and show you how from here, which I don't have a date. Let's see what's before it. Any dates here? Well, that's September 23, so that could be sometime in after September 23, but still in 2023. And then you'll see as I go forward my more recent cafe drawings. Now, obviously, when I did this, I worked out focus in on something, and that's a tip that I'll give you now. If you focus in on one thing, you're more likely to be better. So I focused on the lady who was reading a book next to me. I like that better. I mean, I don't like other things I did on that page, but it's a stronger drawing, better drawing than that. some swatches, some pan pastels. I love the pan pastels. I thought I was going to use them all the time. I haven't used them that much, but I think I just pull things out and then put them away and forget about them. I might have to pull that out again. Trying out a whole bunch of different products and then using like pencil on top to see how it would look. These are some Jane Davenport ink brushes. I have these flowers in vases. I think they're both dried flowers, and this is more like my kind of loose abstractish drawing. That's my grandson, and this was a print that I made for my kids' class, trialing it to see how it would turn out. I was happy. The kids did a great job. This wasn't in 23, I think it was 24. I don't know why I wrote 23, but Singapore, Garden Bay. And one thing you'll see when I do my travel sketchbook that I didn't know how to represent water falling, and I said that to my friend Kim, and then one day she was here with me and we both did our version of the same image, and I actually feel like that does look like a waterfall. So this is that awful hand that I will not be drawing anymore. Then I drew some other hands on top of hands. I do paintings more like this. This is kind of something that I'm really, well, when I say do it, I'm working towards this kind of work. Here's my two little grandbabies. So yeah, they're my cute two little cuties. I love them. Did this during one of my kids' classes. I think there was only a few kids. Sometimes when there's not many, or actually often when I have the teen class, because they're so self-driven and self-project that I often can do little drawings, and I love this bird. And they keep going, and I just go around and give them some advice. They're almost like working with adults. I got this somewhere, not sure where I got this image from, and I think I had the sky lighter. Could have even been, no, I was going to say at my daughter's place, but it's not. They get kookaburras there and trees. Oh yes, I wanted to say I had the sky lighter and I couldn't actually see the kookaburras, so I darkened up the sky. You need contrast sometimes for things to pop out, and the white of the kookaburras popped better. Primary class, we did some bears and woodland creatures, so I did a demo for them. It's my husband with two of our grandkids. That's our grandbaby with his Opa's beanie on. Draw with Scotty. Sometimes I showed my Patreon that I did with Sarah Dyer and Emma Carlisle. Haha, that's who the frogs were. I knew I'd remember. There they are, Emma Carlisle. Great. Draw with Scotty. I only do them for a while and then I do someone else, because I don't want to actually pick up a style per se. It's just doing some drawings. That could have been from Draw with Scotty, and looking at how in perspective, if you're looking down at people. That was kind of interesting study on heads and spaces and medium. So this was small figures, medium figures, larger figures. Really good thing to be studying this kind of stuff too, so when you're actually later on out and about, you have something to draw back on. Back at that park near where I live and the lake. Don't love this drawing, but I love the texture in the water. Not that blue line, but the rest of it. But I wanted to mark the ripples. Can you see a difference in my cafe drawings? Honing in on smaller works. A gum tree. This one Could have been with Draw with Scotty. Could have been, but he does it much lighter than I do. I think that one was also with him. I'm not sure where I got that image from. Trialing some pencils and drawing from my imagination. Terrible. The cafe. Now, look at this cafe drawing. Look at this cafe drawing. If I didn't do this one and keep drawing, I wouldn't have come here or here. Now, what did I use? Did I write down? I didn't. That's just a pencil. This is some watercolor and pencil. With my kids' class, I'm creating different marks. Back at the cafe. I think I ended up doing a lot of cafe stuff in here. Again, the same cafe. Banksias. Now, remember the other week when I showed you these? I think this one came first because I keep this smaller one in my handbag. This one can fit in my handbag too, but sometimes it doesn't stay there. And I loved it so much, then I went back. And I actually ended up doing this. We've got the kids to come downstairs and do it as well. And I was inspired by their work as well. They were amazing. And this, what I said at the beginning while drawing, I discover what I really want to say by Dario Fo. I really wanted to focus on these. I do like Australian natives, and this inspired a body of work. Then I went to visit my daughter. My niece. She was in a play and she had a soccer game, so that was the play she was in. She was in the chorus and she loved it. She was, so lovely. Back at the cafe, the granddaughter of the cafe owner came there. She had a beautiful dress on, but she decided she didn't want me to draw her after a while. This is some of my own abstract landscapes. This is one of those weaved kind of fabric basket thingies. Back at that park near my home with the lake. Don't love the materials I used, but there's an energy in this that I like. I actually really like these trees down here. Draw with Scotty. Now it says here, looking at shadow areas. Do you see shadow areas? I don't. But I must have learned something, because then I did this on my own and I feel like they turned out quite good. Some of these are family members, some of them are images from the internet. From a brochure, one of my youngest was in that drama. This was back at the cafe. Like, look at the difference of this drawing and those ones earlier. I feel like they're playing poker. I should almost have it really dark around them. Again at the cafe. There's another artist online who talks about writing words and how text helps things, and I do like text, but I forget to put it in unless I watch his videos. An abstract landscape. This was at Hastings Point with my family. I thought I would draw lots, and I only managed to do this one little quickie. For my husband's 60th, we went down to my sister's-in-law's family property and did lots of drawings there and paintings in another book. It was a really lovely time. This was Henry's drawing in my book at that same place. This was inside the kitchen. It was a 100-year-old property. It was quite rickety and so fun. So fun. The outside of it. Such a traditional old house. They had the most lovely daisies. Oh my gosh, daisies are just happy flowers. Don't you think daisies are happy flowers? I love happy flowers. Oh, I'm nearing the end. I think I got so close to the end that I didn't know what to do, and when I was in with my teens, we pulled out some fake flower vases that we have at the art school, and I did this while they did theirs with the crayons, and I glued them in because I just wanted to finish the sketchbook. And there's another one for my grandson, and then at the back little scraps. So you can see this took me over a year, but I also did this one and a travel one, and you could see how I improved. So thank you for watching it. If you enjoyed that sketchbook, give it a thumbs up. Keep looking over there instead of at the camera. I'm doing this all in one hit. I am not one of these, very professional YouTubers. I've just started this. I want to see how I feel about exposing myself. And I listened to on Instagram, I think he's called Scott the Painter, and he talks about a difference, and it was just so true. And I talk to my art students, adults and kids alike. There's like, this is where our imagination is. I can create this amazing thing. I can see it in my head. I know I can do it. It's in front of me or whatever. And then you go to do it and it's like, reality hits. Oh my gosh, I actually don't have the skills to do this that I want to do. No matter how great an artist is, we always actually want to reach greater heights. And no matter where you start, you will always have that feeling of wanting to reach. And it's very humbling not to be able to do what you want to be able to do and reach those things. And this isn't just in art, it's in anything, like any skill that you might have. And you can see, I hope you could see, I hope it encouraged you to see the earlier drawings and the later drawings. This is just in a year's time, in 1 year, just a bit over a year of regular, not even daily, but regular sketchbook drawings. So just want to encourage you to get out there and to do work in a sketchbook where it doesn't matter. Now, you don't have to show it to anyone, and that's the beauty of the sketchbook. You can actually mess it up and like, who cares? Or you can find, like Dario Fo said, an inspiration of something you did in there and go, oh, I think I've caught something that I want to actually explore further. So yeah, that's my encouragement to you. As I said, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Hopefully in a few weeks' time, I will do this sketchbook tour, which started in January 21 and finished in July 23. So you can see I've been wanting to sketchbook for a while, and I think it's that jump between what I was just saying, my perceived low ability to my perceived desire of greatness, and the gap between that kind of stopped me from doing it. And the other thing that I'll honestly say that I don't notice anyone talking about this as much is when I look around, I don't always see inspiration to draw. Even if, like, I see people will look in there, like find something on their table or somewhere, and they'll go, oh, I'll sketch that, and be able to do these amazing drawings. And I look at it and I go, oh, that's not inspiring me. This isn't inspiring me. There's a little bit of that going on for me as well. But pushing through, and hopefully, I have seen an improvement in my ability. I am still trying to reach those heights. Who knows if I'll ever get there? Probably not. But yeah, for now, keep on being creative, and thank you for coming this far on this journey with me. Bye now.